Yes.
Amazing. Okay, welcome to organizational culture session. It's in LCP track. I'm very excited to be with you guys. I met MCVPs a lot, so I was really looking forward for this session. Yeah, everyone was listening at least to the roll call because I know not everyone was dancing roll call. So I would like to ask you, do you know where does roll call come from? You can just open your mic and share. Meanwhile, I'm trying to open the chat. It's not opening. Yeah. Do you know where roll call comes from?
Like the country?
The country or the story of roll calls?
Wasn't heard the story? Wasn't it like in like an international congress? So yeah, it was
Okay.
Kenya. Yeah, they're calling out the names, and then they instead of like doing it normally, Kenya thought they did a dance or something like that.
Yes,
Something like
correct. Yes, correct. It's very accurate. Yes, that's where roll call come from, and roll call is part of Isaac culture. So yeah, I'm looking forward to share with you more about Isaac culture in this session. Thank you, Suleiman, for your sharing. In case you didn't meet me before or you don't know me, my name is Fatima Zahra. It's a Moroccan. I always forget to put it in the slide. Okay, I'm Moroccan. I am currently in Morocco because borders are closed, so I cannot come to AP right now. I'm so sad. Yeah, but you can call me Fatih because my name is a bit long for some people. I was LCVP OGV in charge in the term 16-17. I was as well LCVP operations in the same LC Casablanca. Who knows LC Casablanca? If you know it and you like it, just put a heart in the reaction. I'm gonna see it. Then I was the following year MCVP OGT in ISEC Morocco. And after that, I was MCVP CXO operations in ISEC Malaysia. And now I'm elected RM OGX and B2C, and I'm very excited for this term. Very beautiful picture, right? Okay, objectives of this session. We're going to try to understand the role that culture plays in your entity and your LC, and then understand what are the elements that will help you create, develop, and shape culture in the way that you like. All right? Cool. So the content of this session is going to go through this flow, introduction. We're going to go through a case study to know in the real world, in the business world, in the company world, how does organizational culture look like? And then from those learnings, we're going to go into creating your LC culture and then having a story sharing from my side and recap. So let's go into intro first. And let's see what culture means for all of us. If there is something important in the chat, don't hesitate to open your mic and tell me. Yeah. So can you hear the sound, by the way? Sure, you can just on your mic because I can see you. Sure, Suleiman.
Nope.
No, okay.
You're not sharing audio, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that. Thanks for mentioning. Hello, people who turned on camera. I see you. So beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, I put my Okay, yes. Suleiman guessed it already, and he mentioned that roll call comes from an international congress. So actually, what is roll call? Roll call does not mean a dance. Roll call is like when you are in legislation and they call. For example, ISEC Australia says present. No. This is roll call. But then in one of the international congresses, like MCP of, I guess, Kenya, I'm not sure from the information, but Suleiman mentioned, but I know it's an entity from Africa. Instead of standing up and just saying, yeah, my entity is present, he did a dance from his country instead to represent his culture. And that's where the culture of roll call comes from in ISEC. So yeah, that's something very cool that we have, and I'm very proud of it. So I want you to join this Menti. If you have your phone, you can just scan this code. If not, Mituni is going to help me send you the link in the chat now. So you're gonna join this Menti, and I want you to answer this question. What do you think of when you think of culture in ISEC? Like when they tell you, how's culture in ISEC? What is the first thing that crosses your mind? Or what do you think of? It can be material, it can be an object, it can be something like value-based, not material-based, it can be anything. So yeah, let's take like 3 minutes. I'm gonna put it in. Help me put in the Menti, like what are the things that you think of when you think of culture in ISEC? Conversation. Mituni sent the link. Amazing. Thank you so much, Mituni. And let's see, where is the Menti? Here. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can type there. Does it work?
It's showing the quiz is not open.
Wait. How do we? Okay. I think it's open.
I think you need to present.
Ah, okay. Does it work now?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, are these your answers?
No.
It's not working. It's okay. Let's leave the Menti. Okay, let's be agile. Just let me know in the chat, or just open your mic and say one word that reminds you of Isaac culture, or one thing. You can type in the chat, or there are just people who are giving names. Okay. Okay, must be a problem with the setting. I didn't pay attention. Sorry for that. Yeah, just open your mic and tell me what is one thing that reminds you of Isaac culture, or type in the chat. We still have like 2 minutes. Isaac values, transparency, roll call. Roll call. Sculling? I don't know what that is. What is sculling? Identity. Roll call. Blue man. It's Isaac human. It's not blue man anymore. Bow trace. Chais, non-judgmental people and conversations. I love that. That's one thing that's made me stay in Isaac. Vulnerability. Roll call. Amazing. Behavior. Amazing. Sculling is kind of drinking game. We do that at our... okay. Because in Morocco, also in Malaysia, we don't do drinking games. In Morocco, hotels ban that in some hotels because we do conferences in hotels. In Malaysia, we do conferences in universities, so we cannot have that. Nice to know. Inclusiveness. Shout, hey, Isaac. Yeah. Work ethics, culture and people. Amazing. Yes, those are all things I love about Isaac and its culture. But yeah, here I'm gonna have, I don't want to shock you. Yeah, you know that meme of my life is a lie or my life is a joke. Okay, this is gonna be like it. So I'm having a bit of Isaac expectations versus reality. I think we have something else in the chat. Youth. Yes, thank you, Tuhan. Yes, youth. Youth is part of Isaac culture. So expectation. My predecessor really fucked up, but I'm gonna bring change mindset. So there is this culture in Isaac that, you know, when we are in Isaac, I think we have some ego because we change the word because we're doing a lot of things that are amazing. And I think it boosts our ego somehow that every year we say, yeah, we're going to bring a change. And then, yeah, we have this kind of, sometimes, I don't know, not everyone, but I heard it a lot in Isaac, this blame game of predecessors. Then there is the part of someone who celebrates when a partner confirms, even though he still didn't sign the contract. So you celebrate, remember, that confirms the partner, but actually there is no contract. Then there is the culture of sugar cubes, LC shouts, goodies, signs like I forgot the signs. It's been so long I didn't use them. But then we have signs like slow down, like wave, things like that. Water spill for recruitment, punishment, fun team, all of that. And then there is the culture of people posting laptop with the screen of expa every day on social media. I don't know if you do that, but I see it a lot on my Instagram. Then there is reality, what culture means for me. I think instead of like I want to change this year, my predecessor really fucked up. I prefer the culture of being proud of being Isaacer, or learning by doing. Like this is the culture that I tell people, like when they tell me how is the culture in Isaac, I tell them in Isaac we learn by doing. And then Isaac culture means beliefs are translated into behaviors. That's why we have Isaac values as well. And then I kept sugar cubes, LC shout, signs, goodies, water spill, punishments, fun team in reality as well, because yes, it is part of Isaac culture, but it shouldn't be the only part in your Isaac culture. Yeah, moving on, a bit of introduction about culture generally in an organization and why is culture important. How many of you have heard this saying before? Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Punishment. Okay, I never heard of it. That's cool. Me. I have the amount of time I have seen this line. Okay, Mr. Shu, you're saying it one more time. Congratulations, you're adding this to the list. So yeah, culture is strategy for breakfast simply means that culture ensures organizational success. Without culture, strategy might not be as effective as you planned it to be. So we're gonna move into the case study now, and I want you to guess which company will be using in the case study. I hope you didn't see my slides earlier. It is very known for its organizational culture. If you have a bit of general culture about business and no, Apple, Google, Mind Valley, no. Okay, a bit more guess. Unilever, close. The first letter is closer in the alphabet. Zapier, no, but it starts by Z. PwC, Starbucks, no. It starts by Z, not you. Zomato, no. Okay, a bit more effort. It's very known. I need one guess at least. Someone is speaking? Someone turned on their mic? It starts with Z, not D. Second letter A. You guys are so competitive. No, Zalora, no, I don't buy clothes from Zalora. I never tried it, but I'm sure they don't have the same culture as this company. Okay, you guys didn't guess it. I'm happy that you don't know about it because this is going to be insightful for you. The company we're studying today is Zappos. Zappos is an online retail company for shoes. But what is amazing about Zappos is not, maybe their shoes are good, I've never tried them, but what is amazing about them is their culture, and you're going to see why. Third letter. Yeah. Why is Zappos amazing? So these are a couple screenshots from very known websites, Entrepreneur and The Balanced Career. You can read more about it later, but the most important part that I want to share with you is how Zappos have their 10 corporate values and how they keep them alive in the company. So Zappos has as the first value, deliver wow through service. Like they always need to wow the customer to keep him surprised, to keep him happy. Embrace I drive change. They are very in with change and improvement in the company. Create fun and little weirdness. They actually encourage fun and weirdness in their teams. Be adventurous, creative, and open-minded. Pursue growth and learning for people in the teams. Build open and honest relationship with communication. Build a positive team and family spirit. Do more with less. Be passionate and determined. And finally, be humble. If you know Zappos, they are actually like a call center that sells shoes. But the way they do it and the kind of culture they create in the company, it doesn't feel like a call center. It doesn't feel like they're only selling shoes. To the extent that one time, like there is an anecdote that happened in Zappos. One of the customer called and he didn't order shoes. He ordered pizza. And guess what? The customer support helped him order pizza. That's how much they care about the customer happiness. So what we're gonna do next? Yeah, what we're gonna do next is I need you to answer this question. How does Zappos take daily action to affirm these core values? So Mithuni is gonna help me send you this link. It's gonna lead you to this spreadsheet. Wait, let me get out of here and go here. And we are here. Can you see the Google Sheet on my screen? One of
Yes. Loading, still loading. Still loading.
Oh,
Yeah, can
right
see that.
Is it the right? Yeah, it's the right one. Thank you so much. I have many sheets open in my laptop. Please don't do this. It's not good for your mental health. Okay. Am I in the right sheet? I'm not in the right sheet. Okay, now I'm in the right sheet. So sorry. Okay, so what I need you to do is you're gonna find Zappos, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So Mituni is gonna help me send you into breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, I need you to discuss this simple question. How does Zappos take daily action to affirm these core values? And to do that, Mituni, can you help me send the link of the research? Mituni is gonna send you a link. I need you to go to that link. You're gonna be 4 people by room, so better divide it by yourself. Each one reads a paragraph and puts the interesting finding, and then share among you. So this is gonna be quick. Okay, we're gonna have enough time for you to be in the breakout room. Don't worry, we have 1 hour and a half for this session. And then, Mituni, can you send the second link? In case
Yeah,
you
I've
finish,
sent it.
yeah, the second one, the Google Doc. In case you
All
finish
right.
reading this article, you can go to this Google Doc. It's like a summary that Prayog prepared for a previous session, and you can look into it as well in case you have extra time. Yes, we have all the material for you. So yeah, Mituni is gonna help me send you into breakout rooms now. And you can set it for 10 minutes, Mituni.
Okay, all right. I'll be opening it
Yes.
now.
Yes. So you're gonna have 10 minutes. Then we're gonna come back here for 5 minutes sharing among everyone. If you're not clear about something, can you please open your mic and ask me a question or drop it in the chat box? And in case you go into breakout room and you have a question during the activity, you can just talk to me in the box of the chat box of the Google Sheets. I will be there. So you go to the sheet based on the number of your breakout room. So if you're breakout room 3, you go to Zappos group 3.
Fatih, just to confirm, how long would they get the breakout room for?
10 minutes.
Okay, all right.
I sent a message in the chat. Can you help me diffuse it later, Mituni, when everyone is in the breakout room, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
No worries.
See you guys. Amazing. Can you see my screen? Yes, and I can see more cameras. I'm very happy about that. So tell me, share with me, talk to Fatih. Tell me, what did you find in your groups? How was the space for you? What are the findings? How are you gonna take it back to your culture? We need more time. Oh, okay. Next space, I'm gonna give 15 minutes instead of 10. Is that okay for you? Amazing. Let's not overrun the session though, okay? All right, can I have a sharing? I see a lot of cameras on, so you might as well turn on your mic. Tell me, how was the space and what are the learning that you got so far? And how do you plan on taking it forward to your LC or not, if you don't like it?
Okay, Fatih, can I go first?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So like in the chat, we put down 1, 2, 3. That's like the system we do it in our like MC, right? So first of all, like Javeer, Kritika, and I, we went through the sheet which had the research data for the company, and we like just took pointers as to what it is that they do to ensure that the not customers, sorry, the employees are best fit for the organization, right? There are a lot of interesting points that came out of that. After that, we thought a bit about what are some things similar to these that we already do or we can do. So for example, like in our sheet, we filled in like a couple things near the top, which was regarding like in Zappos, they have a like special team to train the members with regards to the core values. So for us, what we do is when we have new members over, we have like a mentor program, right? So there's like 3, 4 new recruits, and there would be a senior member who would be there with them. They have certain challenges, hangouts, or something like that, in order to get them introduced to the culture. Then like something which we discontinued but we did before, so I added that as well, is basically when we talk about the courtship period, not directly having the employees hired for good, what we used to do is we used to get new members there, and then there would be a 1 month period wherein people would train, they would give results, and after that they would have another, you can say, mini interview kind of thing, after which we would tell them that yes, you're officially part of ISIC. So things like that.
Amazing.
Yep.
That's very nice. I think we had something similar in my LC, but it was one-to-one, not one-to-many. But I like the idea. Thank you, Shu, for sharing. I love that you're putting sequence for sharing. I didn't know this. Okay, Saral, you can go next.
I think Shubhra already covered most of the points, but I'll talk about how they have training based on value caps. So I thought that that could be very interesting in ISEC, in which we do have the ISEC values in which we could measure it in every member and think about how which value is in gap based on the ideal state and the current state, and then we could fill that gap based on providing them training so they become better cultural fits inside ISEC. And then we spoke about how the recruitment process is very lengthy, in which they recruit based on cultural fit more, in which we can also optimize our recruitment process in such a way that we also recruit people who would more fit into the culture of ISEC, and then they can learn how to perform later as well. And then they have very various incentives to break monotony, and we have R&Rs in ISEC similarly. So yeah, those are things which we discussed.
Very nice. I like the point about recruitment. I remember when I was recruited, we had like the whole day recruitment, and there was like group based, and we have to do activities, and they see how we react within the groups. So I really like the idea about this. Suleiman, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I think I remember reading about this, and I saw some points about it in like the book, which was like outside of what my other teammates at least wrote. So the like an important principle they have in Zappos was like the idea of like collisions, like ensuring that they provide the environment where others meet, interact with each other, to the extent that it sort of provides like a strong bond within the organization to the people, since that's like, and especially it's an important, since that's like the, I guess one of the most important facets of like ISEC, and one thing that distinguishes us is the people that we have here, and like the, I guess, diversity that we have here. So I guess like something you can apply is like being, I guess, something that maybe we struggled with, at least in my LC this year, was maybe interactions, people getting to know each other, since like at least portfolios or functions were quite, I guess, separated from each other. Maybe that's as a result of COVID, but otherwise what we could do in future is like being maybe more intentional, and if you want to say forceful, in like the way that we, I guess, get people to interact with each other, especially members, and being much more encouraging that way. So they get to understand everyone and build much more stronger organization. And I think another idea was like the idea of like an idea, it was like quote, like an idea becomes part of the language, it becomes the part of the default way of thinking. And it's like in that way, I think it's like reinforcing the values and ideas through the language consistently, to the extent that it becomes second nature to members. And I know some LCs like in Melbourne University, they have like their stance, which is embody the change, drive the growth, and that's something that everyone in Australia knows because they reinforce it over and over again. And I think it's like something that we can keep in mind to make sure that members are part of that, and really embodying maybe that and being a part of that sort of thing. Yeah.
Very nice sharing. Thank you so much, Suleiman. Very nice elements you mentioned, and I think okay, let's have Isabella and Kirol, but can you make it quick? So we can move to the next space. Yeah, Isabella.
Yeah, okay. So hi everyone, I'm Isabella from MOC, and the thing impressed me most in the article was like you mentioned the managers as a key driver to promote the to promote Zippos culture. Yeah, because I think when I was team leaders and EBs, like I would like actually implement the cultures into my daily actions and constantly repeat it to my members. Like you need to remember we are going to do this best, not because like I'm some kind of psycho, but because we are actually having this striving for excellence culture in my in our essence. Yeah, and also like you are like assessing, you are also constantly asking them how do you understand this culture, and they were like more like to take it as their own, have this sense of ownership instead of just like reciting it as some kind of tests. Yeah, so that's kind of my learnings. Thank you.
I like that very much. Thank you, Isabella. Kirol, you want to go next?
Yeah. Something I saw was so they had something called customer loyalty team. So I think that was like I felt like now as Isaacers we have some things we are doing right, like chives and stuff. So when it comes to customer loyalty, like if we can do something like we can showcase our culture. So that is something like we are already experiencing. Some of the customers we get, they are more attracted to our culture. They are like you guys are doing these dancing things and other engagement activities. So they are really interested about that. So I think we can showcase our culture with our values. Then I think that will be a good thing to showcase and
Amazing.
for the brand
Showcasing is a
awareness.
very good point. Showcasing is a very good point. Most of the points that you mentioned, I'm gonna share about later in my story, but I'm really happy that you know about all these points already. Amazing. Moving on to the third part of this session. Wait, let me put your faces all here. Amazing. Is my LC culture. So now we're gonna try to apply your learning from Zappos and from the case study and from discussion peer-to-peer, because yeah, peer-to-peer is also Glover learning environment in ISEC. So let's apply that into our LC culture, okay? So yeah, we saw this already, and this is just a chart for a bit more illustration how culture supports strategy. So you see that you have the mission and the vision and the values, right? It's the big umbrella of your entity and your organization and all. Then you have the strategy that strategy is like the way or the path to reach results. But then culture is the driving path. Like strategy is the guiding path. It tells you where to go, but culture is the driving path. It drives your members within the right behaviors, within the right practices and the right values in order to reach results. So to try to achieve this end picture, okay, try to remember this, screenshot it or something like that. We're gonna have like 7 steps to build LC culture. So how to build LC culture? Just a bit of reminder, culture is not only what we say and what we preach and what we say we believe in. Culture is actually what we do, so our behaviors, what we say as well, the common language that we speak, the way we behave, the way we treat each other, our products, customer, communities, and everything. So yeah, we're gonna go into more details to see what that means for us. Just before we start, I wanna give you a heads up on the 7 steps to build an LC culture, and then we're gonna break it down one by one, and we're gonna go into breakout rooms twice. So we're gonna group the similar points together, then you're gonna go into breakout rooms. So first, like is purpose, then common language, values, and standards, visualize the journey, do something together, share numbers, create wins, and measure early and often. So these are the 7 points. Now let's see what each one of them means. So first is start with the purpose. So start with the purpose. You all know that we have the ISEC way in ISEC. So we have a purpose already, which is peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. What is important is that every LC is able to visualize and to localize the ISEC way. Like, what does the ISEC way mean for your LC? Why does your LC exist? What does the ISEC way mean for your local reality? So it should reflect, like your purpose should reflect the purpose behind the existence of your LC. What does your community need your LC? For sure, your LC is relevant. Why is it relevant? So a bit of example that I want to share from my last year experience in Malaysia. The purpose that we had is, sorry, for a united Malaysia. Where does this come from? I got to know that there is ethnic quota for pre-university and university admission in Malaysia. If you don't know, hello LCPs from Malaysia, you can just say hi in the chat. Malaysia has 3 major races. They have Chinese Malaysians, they have Malay, and they have Indian Malaysians. So I was shocked with the difference because when I was just in Morocco, what I know about Malaysia is a Muslim country. I didn't know about the amount of diversity that it has, and it's very awesome. I got to know also that landlords have racial preferences. If you go to rent a house, they would like prefer some races among on others. I even had lately one friend, one African friend in Malaysia. When I came back to Morocco, he sent me a picture. One building that is about to open, they're putting rental not for and something not for blacks or not for Africans, something like that, and it made me very sad. And like as ISEC there, as part of the society and the community, this is how ISEC Malaysia decided to achieve the ISEC way, is through uniting the races, uniting people in Malaysia, and even the internationals that come to study and live in Malaysia. me included. So for United Malaysia is the purpose of ISEC Malaysia. So I want you to think of what is your like LC existent purpose. I will ask you questions throughout the steps. I just want you to note them down, like note your ideas down, and then when you go into the breakout room, you are ready to share, okay? If you are okay, just give me a thumbs up in the reaction. I'm gonna see it. Okay, second thing is define common language, values, and standards. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Okay, everyone. Okay, define common language, values, and standards. What does that mean? It means that your LC should speak the same language. I don't mean English or Arabic or French or your country language. I don't want to state one and don't tell the other because I don't know all your languages. Still about to learn. So it should be like, for example, when you say I trust you, does that mean the same thing for you and your member? For example, I had a big conflict in the beginning of my last MC term. When I say trust, it doesn't mean the same thing for my MCP. So she keeps saying trust, and that's made me like, it triggers me like, why does she say like lack of trust? Trust for me is you give me like, you leave me my own space to create, to make decisions, but trust for her meant something else. So when we realized that we actually use the same word for different meaning, we actually found, agreement and common ground to work on. So your LC should have common language for values and standards. Use basically common words, and it just translate the common culture that everyone has. So values should be in every meeting, discussion, and in every speech you make as LCP. You should remind of the values of ISEC and the values of your LC. That's what it means, speaking common language. Just an example that I want to give, one of the most recent examples. I think you know this. Who didn't see this yet? This is the culture for generation 2025 that AI just launched after a big research and a big timeline of research about what kind of behaviors do we have in ISEC, what kind of culture do we have in ISEC, and this is what they came up with. So it's three things. First is own the present, like to take full ownership of what happened in the past and bring it to the present, bring the learnings and make decisions and bring solutions. Then shape the future, which makes we take ownership also for the future beyond our generation. And we understand that whatever decision we make today is going to have an impact 1 year, 3 years, 5 years from now. And then third thing is lead the change. We understand that in order to progress, in order to evolve as an organization, change is something that is needed. This is the most accurate example I can give in the current situation while we are starting generation 2025. More example is someone said striving for excellence. I think it was Isabella, right? In my LC Casablanca, we also said excellence as a core value, and we measure it by these things. We measure it by how far one can put efforts in creativity and heart into his task, how much people respect deadline, and how much people ask and accept feedback. So this is what excellence means for us, and this is what I mean speaking common language. Maybe for Isabella, excellence doesn't mean the same thing, but at least it should mean the same thing for people in your LC. So this is my second question for you. After the question for purpose, now I'm asking you, what values would you like your LC people to demonstrate? And in what language? Like, what does it mean in reality on ground? Cool. The third thing is visualize the journey. What does it mean? I put a GIF for artists because this is how I imagine LCP. I imagine LCP who's like someone who's business owner, who's artist, like he visualizes everything and like he moves people around, he empowers people to, move towards his mission. So visualize the journey is simply about communicating your targets in a very simple way. If you have targets as LCP, you have your visions right, you translate it in targets right. Are you able to communicate it in a simple way that LCVP, team leader, director, middle manager, I don't know what positions you have in your LCs, and also members are able to understand it? And visualizing the journey is also about making your purpose an easy image for every member to illustrate. Like your LC vision, when, for example, you have a member called Fatih, and Fatih's parents ask her, like, why do you do this in like this university or this city on this LC? She's able to say why, like this purpose. And finally, like the question that I want to ask, what is your end picture of your LC purpose? How do you like tangibly visualize the purpose of your LC by the end of your term? Cool. So let's stop here so far for these 3 steps because they are a bit similar. So I recap. First, start with the purpose. Like think of your LC sorry, existence purpose. Then define a common language and values and standards, like what values would you like your LC people to demonstrate? And third, visualize the journey. What will be the end picture of your LC purpose? I hope you gave this a thought while I was explaining. So we're gonna have 10 minutes breakout room to come back here and share during 5 minutes, okay? So actually you can go to the same spreadsheet. I'm gonna show you. Oh, okay, it's here. Okay, to be fast, I don't know if you know how to navigate spreadsheets very well, but you can just go here and you'll find LC culture. So breakout room number 1 goes to LC culture number 1, and you're gonna see all the elements here. And I put one color for each one. I hope you like your color. And then you can answer, like just have like 1 minute and a half, just thinking time and type in, and then you can share. I want you to share more among you. I want you to ask yourself question and ask each other question. Remember what Dysol says about asking questions. So yeah, Mituni, can you help me send them into breakout room, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Make the most out of this space, please. Jaivir, you're not very excited, huh? Can I see a smile? Okay. Just kidding. See you. Welcome back, everyone. I see some smiles. I'm always happy when I see smiles. Although in real life, I don't smile a lot. Oh my God, what am I doing? Cool. Okay, let's have some sharings. I'm gonna put a timer. Who wanna share? Cool. I'm happy about this. Okay, I have 16 people with camera on. That's exciting. Who wanna share? Oh, now it's more. 17. Yay. Hi, Isabella. Who wanna share, guys? I set the timer already. Please benefit from this time. Let me see. I'm gonna head hands.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay, Isabella, thank you.
Yeah. So the purpose we have for the for my entity is leading local society movement and national plenary. Yeah, because like for my entity, we already have this sentence of culture, and we've been passing down through from generations to generations,
Okay.
and it's like in Chinese it's called 姑苏匠心精益求精, which actually, in my perspective, it means like better than excellence. Yeah, that's how we drive to us like to become top entities in the in MOC. And so let's see what comes next. So this sentence we will repeat it time after time. To also have like little signs to put it in our kind of souvenirs and everything. Like we digest, like we infiltrate this into their daily lives, and like we keep repeating them also in daily operations. Like when we are like, there's very large amount of needs for marketing work right now, and which requires times after times of adjustment in their pictures, their articles, and revise a lot of times and so on. Every time they like complain it, and we're like, it's our LC culture. We do better than excellent. We do better than okay. That's why we can be the top entities in this in MOC, and that's how we're going to. That's that's your behavior now, and we are going to actually perform better than excellence if you can, do a little more adjustment. Yeah.
Yes, very nice, Isabella. Thank you for your sharing. And next time, not next time. I've never been to MOC, but if I'm gonna be in MOC next year, I will wait for you to give me the goodie with the sign. Okay? Thank you. I'm
okay, of course. Yeah.
All right. We have 40 seconds left. We can take one more sharing. Who wanna share? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Malik. Hello.
Hi.
Tell me, what's up?
Yeah, nothing much. Yeah, so I hope that I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, the purpose that we discussed was to deliver the relevancy of the organization in the current context, and also to ensure that it is not only the ISAC members who needs to know the relevancy of ISAC, but it's everyone, because we all serve a larger purpose. So that is the purpose. And yeah, to define a common language, I was just filling it now. So it would be like to ensure that we remind people or remind everyone the purpose of the organizations at each and every touch points that we have with stakeholders, members, to ensure that why we exist as an organization is really important. Or else, and like during the pandemic, we don't do operations. The opportunity of us, the probability of us deviating from the purpose is high. So it is important to like keep ourselves, remind ourselves about the purpose.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Malik, for your sharing. And just FYI, guys, it doesn't matter for me if you don't complete or fill the things, because it's not a tracker. It's just a space that I created for you to be able to brainstorm. So you can still utilize it in the break or after that to, still brainstorm, or you can even copy it in if you have your own tool. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your sharings, Isabella and Malik. And let's go into the next 4, 5, 6, 7 steps, and I will be a bit more fast here because we're running out of time. So the fourth step is do something together. Simply like have frequent team building, and like it goes like the saying, work hard, play hard. The more you do together, the more your people are going to be engaged with the culture, and make sure whatever you do together, it's also demonstrating your culture and your behaviors. Then share numbers. Why is this important? Sometimes in LC level, like even when I was EB first time, sometimes you only share the results and the numbers and the data with just team leaders, and we don't share them with members. Why should you share them with members? It makes members have more ownership towards the LC. Don't keep them for yourself. Don't keep them for your EB or EB middle management meeting. And don't assume that members don't need to see this kind of updates. They do need this kind of update to simply know what is the state, what are they contributing to. Then measure early and often. You change what you can measure and tell everyone about it. I don't know why my GIF doesn't appear. Anyway, there was a cool GIF there. Ensure like that everyone knows about like what you are measuring. Like for example, if you are measuring attendance of meetings because you strive for enjoying participation, then let your members know about it. Let them know that we are striving for enjoying participation as a core value of our LT, and we measure it by attendance to compulsory and optional team spaces, for example. So I'd like to ask you, how would you like to measure values and principles set earlier? So you set values and principles, right? Now it's time to measure them. And then the last part is create wins. So you celebrate your successes because you want to push for something. When you want to push for a behavior, for example, you want to push for the behavior of attending meetings. Then you have a table at the first slide saying people attended, people didn't attend. They need to see it, and you just need to celebrate everything that you would like it to happen again. If you saw someone taking initiative to, I don't know, go by themselves, do a sales meeting, and you didn't ask them, their team leader didn't ask them, you should celebrate that, because that's a behavior that you want to see often in your LC. And especially when there is change management, like for example, GT business model and GE business model change management, it's like encouraging to celebrate milestones, and because initiatives and change can be frustrating and take a long time to implement on local level. So make sure, please, you celebrate the milestones and the small wins that your members reach when there is change management. So my question for you is, what wins, milestones you'd like to celebrate based on your local reality. Like just take a deep thinking about what is happening in my LC and what are the things that I would like to celebrate in order to encourage these behaviors more. So yeah, these are the 4 second steps to build an LC culture. So we're gonna have less breakout time because we're gonna run out of the session. I don't want to keep you from your break. So these are my 4 questions for you. Think of activities you want to do together and when. In what touch points you'd like to apply this? What info do you want to share? Like when it comes to share the numbers, how would you like to measure values and principles you said earlier when it comes to measure early and often? And finally, what wins, milestones you'd like to celebrate in your LC? So it's the same spreadsheet you can use. Someone raise his hand. Yes, Deepika.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
It's okay, no problem. So Mituni, can you help me send the tips to breakout rooms? So we're gonna have 5 minutes. Look, you don't have to answer all. What is important for me is for you to think about it. Don't try to push yourself to have the outcome. I want you to go through the process. Sorry. I shout a lot. Yeah, see you in few.
Hello, Fatih.
Hi, Fatih.
Hi, Fatih.
Hello, guys. You're hilarious. I love you. Okay, how was the sharing? We're not gonna have sharings now. Sorry, because we only have like little time left in the session. But just type in the chat. I think it's gonna be faster. I can read. Just quick, like even 1 word or something. Or just open your mic is okay as well. Hello, Kirill. Yes, how was the sharing just now with the group? Don't tell me short. I know it's short already. Tell me something else, okay?
Yeah, actually, we were discussing about the first 3, like, because in the previous time duration we didn't have enough time to discuss. We were just writing, and yeah, so we were mainly discussing about the how to give the ISAC value to the members, and making more engagement through the making like mainly making the leaders available for the members to get share the ISAC value. And sorry, I couldn't write anything. I couldn't come up with anything to the last few.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Take your time. It's a different process for everyone, so don't blame yourself. Please don't be hard on yourself. Take time. It's just 1 hour and a half so far. Not even 1 hour and a half. We still have like 8 minutes. So take time to do it, okay? It was very insightful. I learned how the steps work in other entities. We discussed new ideas as well. I'm very happy you like it, Sarah. I'm very happy about that. So Brata, all LC requires something slightly different with the culture, but there's so much that can be done. Ideas can be shared across entities. Amazing. Okay, I will stop reading now. So another suggestion that I have, I just thought of this. I didn't prepare it. You can also have initiative among each other, especially if you are LC partner. Also, LCP can do IR, you know that. So find each other, please, and help my GT campaign, okay, for AP. GT for AP, and find each other, do initiatives together, do IR, but also help each other to grow your LC cultures. I like to process a lot, but I need a lot more time and space to work. Yes, I know. I'm so sorry. The session only have 1 hour and a half. We cannot afford more. Let's have virtual meetups among entities. I love that. Please find your groups or other people and have talk about culture. Have relevant talks about how ISEC should be and what entities should do locally from each one side to really make it relevant for their communities and for the world. Thank you so much, guys, for your sharing. I really like it. Let's go forward. Okay, so this is a summary of all the steps that we saw today. Let's just summarize very quickly. The purpose. After that, define the language, the values, and the standards that translate this purpose into reality. Like, how can you see it tangibly? Then visualize the journey. Are you able to tell this purpose and language and values in very simple words to all the layers in the organization and even to people outside ISEC? How much things are you doing together? Is your LC an LC that does things together? Do you know what other LC members, do you know about their life? Do you know about their routines? Do you share numbers and updates with your members? How much do they know about their LC? What do you celebrate in your LC? And finally, do you measure your culture? Okay, now is okay, my spotlight. Okay, imagine that I have a stage behind me, okay, and people applaud, yay, party story time. Actually, my story is called "I Decided Not to Join Isaac." So you're gonna find it weird because 4 years after this decision, I'm here, and yeah, I'm still in Isaac, and I applied to many roles, and I'm happy about it. But it started with me deciding not to join Isaac. In March 2016, I had other interests. Yeah, that's me in a blue scarf, and then down there in the red scarf. I don't know if you can see me in the second row. I was actually part of the organizing committee of the Enterprises Forum of my school. And it's an event that everyone in school is proud of. So I was taking part of that because actually I'm not someone who can just study. I've always done things besides studying, like be it in primary, secondary, or high school even. So in my engineering school, I had to do something before I decided to join Isaac. And it was this. So in March 16 was the recruitment. It was actually in February 16, but it took, long process, 2 meetings, something like that. So I decided to give priority to the forum enterprises and not to Isaac. But then I received a call 1 week, the week of the event, like the night before, I received a call from the LCVPT and telling me this is your last chance to join. And at that time, we pay $30 to join Isaac. So I called my dad. I was like, you know what, can you please help me, transfer money to this account? I'm going to join an organization. He was like, okay. And then I joined Isaac and okay, be ready. It's going to be loud. And my first conference, 1 week after I joined, this is what happened. Okay, just so you can understand. I want to pause it. Okay, so you can understand this is the entrance of my LC to my first national conference. And we were like about, I think 60 or more delegates. So you can imagine the hype. And actually, if you can see from the beginning of the video, I'm the one who's playing the drums. The girl in black scarf. So this happened in my first conference. It was crazy. I decided in 1 day to join Isaac. I decided in 1 week to go to the first conference. And the question that I would like you to ask is, what pulled her to Isaac and kept me until now, 4 years or 4 years and a half after? It's actually this. So the culture in my LC, like when I got to meet the LCVPTM and he talked to me a lot, he's the person at the left in the front row in the picture there. I love this person also, although he left Isaac very, very quickly after I joined. Like he talked to me a lot about why we need Isaac in Casablanca. Why is it important to have Isaac in my school? Because in my engineering school, I was the first Isaacer, and he convinced me so much because he started with the why, which is the purpose, right? Okay, so since I joined, I never missed one LCM, and I had my first FASI experience actually the same year I joined. Like I joined in March. In November, I think this was November, Storm 16, no, it was September. Storm 16 is a local conference. This is the old logo of my LC, and I was FASI. So I've never been OC in my life. This is a fact about me. Then in August, I was in OGV, by the way. I joined as OGV member. In August, I was LCVP OGV in charge because my VP resigned. And in the same time, I already decided to go on GCDP back then, GV, to Ukraine. And actually, fun fact is that my phone broke before I go to GV. So imagine that I was GV participant, LCVP in charge with a broken phone, and I took a very small phone with me to exchange, and that's what I used to talk to EPs and talk to my members. So this was a couple pictures from my exchange. And after that, I got elected EB after my LCVP term in charge. I got elected officially this time as LCVP operations. Just to explain a bit, this is me in the green coats, and the guys next to me, we were 3 LCVPs operations. We didn't have LCVP products in the LC. It was an innovation that we did. So this is the change, like type of change that I was talking about, because our LC is so big. Casablanca is the biggest city in Morocco. So we needed a strategy to touch more markets. And our strategy was to divide Casablanca by 3 units. My unit was South, so I was managing South Casablanca. This is my first LCM as EB. You can see how excited I am. And the thing I want you to notice is first, the logo of our LC that is always present in all the posters. And second, the quote at the back. Excellence is not a coincidence. Remember how I told you excellence is the value of my LC? You're gonna see it a lot. Cool. What I loved more about ISEC Casablanca and what made me stay is this. First is the LC spaces. We do a lot of things together. We do LCMs bi-weekly. We do a lot of department work, like the picture in the middle is my unit south, like working time. We do a lot of sharing. You can see me holding the mic, and my EB behind me are actually respecting the sharing, and we value a lot and respect the sharing spaces. We also have fun moments, games, and a lot of that. So that makes me really love my my LC. We have also showcasing and celebration. Remember how I talked about numbers, how I talked about celebrations? It's something that we have always done. Once we achieve a milestone, like for example, 500, okay, I know, disclaimer, I know this context is different from now because there is COVID and there is less exchange, but please focus on the main point. Don't focus on the numbers, okay? So we used to celebrate every milestone that we have. My EB was beyond. So our anthem, or let's say, was we dare to go beyond. We build capacity in hard skills in people in the LC, like in design. You can see how designs are amazing. So we always encourage people to try things. We never limited them to take initiative. And we always celebrated even the people achievements and not only the LC achievements. Third thing is conference presence. I hope you are experiencing this in this conference with your LCP commission. We were always the loudest delegation, and you know, excellence, right? It makes sense. And yeah, it was the age of excellence. We changed our logo to a new lion. It's very beautiful there. So at the left is my first conference, my first local conference where I was FASI. At the right is my first national conference as EB, and you can see my LCP holding an award there. So we always strive for excellence. But what are the results of this? And it's not in approvals, don't worry. So you can relate. The results of this is EB Beyond My People. Actually, fun fact, my MC Malaysia was also Beyond, but I didn't choose it. They chose it. Okay, so my EB Beyond are my people until today. We are still close friends. My LCP, the girl here in the middle, we meet each other because we are from the same city. We all got elected somewhere. We are all, I can say we are all successful people, actually. Two of us are working abroad, like the TM girl is working in France. The BD guy is working in Poland. We have still people in ISEC, like 3 of us, and other people are really successful in their careers. And the second result is MC Pipeline. Actually, at the picture at the left is a picture where we were FASIs in the last national conference as EB. So imagine, MC opens application for EB to be FASI. 4 of us apply among other EBs in the country, and we get selected, 4 of us. Isn't that excellent? I'm very proud of my LC, to be honest, and of my EB. And we have also MC Pipeline. We were 7, we were 8 people. Out of 8 people, 5 of us got MC, 1 is LCP elect, and 2 of us got jobs right after EB term. So yes, this is the sharing that I wanted to have. I'm not bragging. I'm of course proud of my LC, I'm proud of my EB, but I don't mean to brag. I just mean to explain to you what is it when you have a core value and you really go beyond limits for it. And our core value was excellence. And this is how we demonstrated it until the last day of our term and even after our term. So a bit of overview about this session. Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late, but I'm gonna end quickly now just by recapping. So culture doesn't just happen by itself. You need to make it happen, okay? You need to measure it. You need to observe behaviors of your members and so on. Second, all cultures are made of these things: behavior, relationship, attitudes, values, and environment. So it's up to you how you put them together from all the steps that we saw in order to make your LC culture. Third is the network absorbs culture and they duplicate behavior. Whatever you're gonna do as LCP, they're gonna duplicate it. So make sure you lead as example and always be truthful in the way you communicate so they can trust you and have ownership in the things that you say. And finally, please involve everyone. Don't leave anyone behind, because everyone deserves to be in ISEC and everyone deserves a leadership development experience. Don't forget about that. So that's all for this session. If you just wanna check out saying 1 word, I'm gonna be grateful. Or you can open your mic and say something before you leave. And you can leave whenever you want because it's break time. Thank you so much, people. I love this session too. Thank you. Okay, can we take quickly a picture before you all leave?